What's going on, everybody? This Afro think tank. White man says that white people have always been inferior. I'm starting to believe that this man don't like white folk at all. But I mean, it makes sense to what he's saying because if you listen to everything white people say about everybody else, it's all a reflection. Like basic psychology, it's all a reflection, right? They've never been able to do anything on their own. They've always needed someone else to do it for them, and that's ultimately their problem. They need other people to help them survive. When they came to the Americas the first time, they needed the Native Americans to help them survive. When they wanted to industrialize Americans, they needed the Africans to do that. After the Africans were freed from slavery through the hand of our own selves, they needed the Indians to come and be in indentured servitude to take over. After the Indians decided they didn't want to do it no more, they started to use their own children, their own little white babies to do the work. Good morning. To do the work for them, right? After they made labor laws so they couldn't abuse their own children, they started to use Latinos to do the work for them. They've never been able to do anything for themselves. They don't even fight their own wars, as they contract all their wars to everybody else. If you look at the U.S. military, it's full of Latinos and black people with some poor white folk, right? If you look at the French Foreign Legion, it's full of Africans and other black folks and Filipinos and Colombians. Like, so if you look at everything they do, even come to technology, if you look at Silicon Valley, it's full of Africans that were snatched away from Africa and Indians snatched away from India to build these rich white people's corporations to make them look super smart. Everything from technology to war to agricultural to industrial revolution, everything has been done utilizing somebody else because they've never been superior in any field to do anything. Yet they take credit for it, right? Look at the president we have in the United States now. He clearly has an inferiority complex to Barack Obama, right? Look how he's attacking all the black states and black run counties right now so he can take credit for their low crime rates, take credit for their lower murder rates. That's what he's going to do. He's literally going to take credit for it. Donald Trump took credit for Barack Obama's economy the last time. You see, they can't do anything on their own, but they're really good at taking credit for other people's work, right? And people are starting to recognize it when they're putting all the pieces together. But anyway, without further ado, let's listen to this white man break it down because clearly he got something against his own people. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Europeans were always inferior, and the funniest part is how obvious it is. Once you stop letting their propaganda talk for them, they weren't just behind, they were beneath, crawling on their lice-bitten bellies through history, while the rest of the world was out here creating, building, and thriving. Their homes were soggy mud boxes, with pigs and diseases as roommates. Their food was flavorless sludge that could barely keep them alive. Their medicine was a nightmare of holes drilled into skulls and leeches slapped onto open sores. And their science was nothing more than shaky guesses, scribbled by monks who couldn't even bathe, terrified of candles tipping over in their piss-soaked wooden shacks. They wore wool so itchy they probably confused chronic rashes with spiritual punishment, chewed on bread so stale their teeth shattered like glass, and when their gums inevitably rotted out of their skulls, they called it God's will. Everything about them was a downgrade, while the rest of the world was painting in colors that still dazzle, sculpting monuments that defy centuries, and composing philosophies that touch the cosmos. Europeans were grunting in their huts, doodling stick figures on parchment, and burning anyone smarter than the village idiot. Their streets were rivers of shit. Their castles were mausoleums for mold. Their art looked like toddlers finger painted with dung, and their religion was a weaponized panic attack. And whenever they encountered something better than them, which was literally everything, they stole it, copied it, poorly, and then pretended they invented it, like a sweaty little brother trying to pass off his older sibling's homework. They were so inferior they had to disguise their inadequacy with violence, masking their lack of brilliance with blood, their lack of originality with theft, and their lack of dignity with conquest. It wasn't progress. It wasn't genius. It wasn't civilization. It was the tantrum of an inadequate content, desperate to not be forgotten, inferior in taste, inferior in hygiene, inferior in spirit, inferior in imagination, inferior in love, inferior in humanity, always whining, always stealing, always flailing in the mud, a continent of plagiarists and parasites, dragging everyone else down because they could never climb up on their own. Cope.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan. Boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.